And now, on with the show.
Creature has been awakened that has lain dormant for millions of years. A species older than the dinosaurs and more terrifying than anything we could have imagined.
How did they go from 1 to 1 million in less than a year?
Highly evolved.
They have great vision in the day. They have even better vision at night.
Extremely intelligent.
He's playing hide and seek.
More like cat and mouse.
Unbelievably powerful.
2 glands in the mouth secrete separate chemicals.
Combine an exhalation, nitrile napalm.
Good luck.
Now one will protect them.
We have to hang on, work together.
And one will lead them.
There's nothing magical about it. They're made of flesh and blood. You take out their heart, you bring down the beast.
We found out where they started. We're going to London.
Vertical one up.
The plan is set.
1,600 yards, closing fast.
The arsenal has been assembled.
Get ready to rock and roll. For each other!
And they've got one chance to take back their world. Matthew McConaughey, Christian Bale. Reign of Fire.
Welcome to Movie to Podcast.
That's we actually recording now?
That's right, we're recording right now.
Hi. You have to speak up, because I can already... Just like get closer to the mic so they can hear you.
It's fine.
God bless the country that needs podcasts.
Yeah, that's I say pity don't... No, it's God bless. Oh, fucking thing. I feel like my McConaughey's wondering there's something else there's popcorn in there. We're out to the Movie, the podcast.
Yeah. What movie did we watch this week?
My seminal vehicle.
Dallas Fire Club.
You guys got to be real... Sorry. You guys have to be...
How long you been sitting there?
Dallas Fire Club. Amazing. Welcome to Movie to Podcast. That's right, Movie to Podcast. This week we watched Reign of Fire.
Yep.
Matthew McConaughey and Batman in Reign of Fire.
Yep. It was awesome.
So there we go.
See ya. Good night.
Call it
25 knuckle shuffles.
Start. Let's. Yeah, we could just memento it and just start at the end.
No, we'll do it as usual.
All right.
Oh, that's why that movie doesn't make any sense.
So where do we begin?
What are you doing?
Quit texting people.
I'm not texting anybody. I'm trying to look up something. God,
what are you looking up?
Don't worry about it.
Abdominals.
Not abdominals. Hi, it's Movie the Podcast. And,
did we not establish that already?
I like to. I like to actually establish it like 7 or 8 times.
This is
to
the
make
sound
sure.
of my voice.
Yeah.
I love penis.
What'd you guys watch this week?
Ooh,
Alec! Right into it.
Ow!
I just like saying it.
Phallic Alec, what you watch?
Phallic? Did you say phallic with a TH?
Yeah.
Phallic?
I thought you said phallic.
That's not a word.
No, I know,
phallic.
but he makes things up.
I make things up.
Doesn't he go Klingon president in Star Trek 5?
Phallic. I'm going to start calling you Phallic.
awesome.
Just phallic.
Wait a minute, who's Goosh? We haven't decided on a Goosh.
Goosh didn't seem to last very long.
No, Goosh didn't.
Goosh got it.
Goosh got.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
I guess you're Goosh because I'm phallic. We got Gogs and Teagles.
Teagles is good. I like that.
Teagles is pretty
It's my best work.
Good old Teagles.
Have you seen the
You should
director's
get a
cut of Booty
counter
Call?
for that.
I don't know. The theatrical cut's really good.
Oh, what did I watch this week? I didn't watch much at all. I watched Furious 6.
Jesus
Fast and
Christ.
Furious.
Hell yeah!
It was on TV. I was in a hotel all week, and I didn't have...
Talk slower.
I was in a hotel all week, and I didn't have internet movies.
Did you smash?
Maybe.
Ooh. Oh, did you fuck somebody you work with? One of your...
No.
Oh.
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
No.
Never.
You burnt local grocery
Yeah.
chain.
Take that,
Persons.
Fairfax, Virginia.
Not Fairfax, Virginia, apparently.
Or fucks facts.
Fucks singular. Fair fuck.
Fair fuck.
Not plural.
Ugh.
So I watched the sixth Fast and the Furious movie we saw the other day.
Jesus Christ.
That movie's fucking
many
awesome.
have you seen that
How many? Yeah, I was just.
That's only the second time I've seen it.
Yeah, it's 2 more times you've seen The Big Lebowski, you fucking tard.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second.
Yup.
Christ.
Bringing in that Judgment Rush attack.
That movie's fantastic.
It really is, though.
That movie, though.
The Big Lebowski? Yeah, it's great.
I've heard
No,
good-
Furious 6 is the Big Lebowski of the Furious films.
That's the movie you guys reviewed when I wasn't here?
No, that was 5.
Oh, I heard that's not good.
Not
6 is better than 5. 7 is better than 6.
6.
Is Kurt Russell in 6?
Yeah, no.
He's in
Ooh,
7.
pass.
And then he's in the new one this year.
7 gonna be good. Wait, it's good. 8 gonna be good.
8, yeah. The Fate of the Furious.
8 is gonna be Vin Diesel,
He is
Citizen
texting
Kane.
somebody. What a piece of garbage.
Huh? What do you care? Just talk. I'm listening.
Make a dick emoji. Send 8 eggplants.
Is that what that is?
And then a
think so.
splash.
Oh, really?
That's what that means.
Is
When
it
you see
a
an
certain
eggplant.
branded dick?
No, I just mean a big old,
Is Midnight Special on any streaming?
big old donkey schlong.
I own it on my Amazon
It's
streaming.
not on the normal
You have
stream.
to buy it. Blech.
Pass.
Stream Dreams.
That might have been... Oh, I watched a movie a few weeks ago that I forgot to talk about called Final Girl.
Wait a minute, now there's 2 movies.
Yeah, isn't it
There's-
called The Final
No, there's
Girls?
2 of them.
Oh.
There's Final Girl and The Final Girl. One of them's good and one of them's bad.
This one has Abigail Breslin and Wes Bentley, and it's terrible.
Old Abigail Breslin or young Abigail Breslin?
Like, current. I think it came out last year.
Has-
It
with
didn't
them- with them
didn't
fangs?
a release.
Unstuck in
Yeah.
Time, Abigail Breslin.
Young Abigail Breslin now.
More like Abigail Breslin.
That is correct.
God. On fire. T is not paying attention.
I am. I mean, come on. Isn't she still like 9 years old?
You know what her WWE name is?
Please.
Abigail Wrestling.
That gets a high five.
If she was if she was a
It's 2 high fives.
if she was a psychic, she'd be Abigail Kreskin.
Oh,
No,
I like
First
that
year
one.
in college, she was Abigail Freshman. If she was a second-rate board game company, she'd be Abigail
Abigail
Pressman.
Pressman.
If she was a TV radio weatherman, she would be Abigail Nessman?
Newsmen.
No, Les Nessman.
More news, less Nessman.
You know Trump almost made a Councilman Les Winan joke the other day?
Are you serious?
There was some...
almost.
Yeah, it was something like that, where it was basically like, he needs to do more legislating and less whining.
Is Trump a Simpsons fan?
Has to be.
No, I bet he's more than a Family Guy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Pass.
Anyway.
So the movie was not good. I didn't understand the concept really.
I like it already.
It's West.
How many, if it's gonna be bad, it's gotta be confusing. Did you give it?
Yeah.
It's pretty confusing.
The other side of the scale. Nothing's worse than being boring. You better be confusing.
So Abigail Breslin is a child. Her parents get killed in a car accident. Wes Bentley somehow raises her to be some kind of assassin. Where
Is this a Hannah type thing?
That's what I was thinking.
Hannah's good, though.
Hannah's not bad.
Hannah's real good.
Hannah, starring Banna.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah, no, you can make that up. He's in it.
I like that movie.
Yeah, he's good.
He's training her to be like an assassin. Then it turns out that his wife was killed by this group of guys who just like basically kidnaps and hunts women in the woods.
Go on.
So they set her up to be kidnapped and hunted by them.
No.
But she slowly picks them off one by one. It's not good.
Doesn't it seem counterproductive to train somebody that you're hunting?
No, he
Oh,
trains
he's not-
her to kill them.
Gotcha.
But then he sets them on a scent.
It makes no sense because he knows who the guys are. He could have easily just killed them at any point. It's stupid. I was like, maybe this will be some interesting, almost like a Hannah type movie because Hannah's fantastic.
Hannah was like a real surprise.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Like, because I thought the trailer was really fucking
Nobody
stupid.
talks about anymore.
It was really good.
But this was not Hannah. This was
the chick from the Lovely Bones, right?
Yes.
Did she do anything else?
Yeah, she was the girl in the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Did she do anything else?
And she was in Brooklyn. Sean and I's favorite award-winning film.
I didn't see it.
There's a
know.
nuclear war.
It's what I have like zero.
It just seems like anytime we talk about like a prestige film, we always bring up Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's come up on the podcast no less than a half a dozen
like if
times.
somebody suggested we watch it, I would actively pay to not watch it. Like not a whole lot of money, but I'd be like, I'll give you $5.
I mean,
to watch
I
something
saw
else.
it. It's really not that bad.
Keep that in mind.
Go ahead, Alec. I'm sorry.
She's just constantly cashing out that $5.
Tapping the sign.
She's in another movie. Saoirse Ronan in another movie.
Yeah,
called,
that's her name. She's good.
The Way I Live, or The Way
She
I
was a
Live
bad guy
Now?
in Guardians.
No,
What?
that's a different
Ronan, the
Ronan.
accuser.
I see what you did there.
I get jokes.
He got
Sometimes I get jokes.
it. He gone.
I got jokes.
That was it. I'm sure I watched something else, but I didn't pay any attention. I tried to watch the Apes movie that you let me borrow. Was that
Apes. Is that from The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Because I've been saying apes a popping all week, and I'm like, where the fuck?
Well, I mentioned it last week too when somebody mentioned those movies.
what's the first? Dawn?
Rise.
No. Right. No, Dawn should be first, but it's not.
I tried to watch that,
It's
but
Rise.
my
Is it-
laptop
yeah.
wasn't working, so I couldn't get it to fire up in the hotel. So
They're both good. You can skip the first one, though.
Yeah.
In my opinion. They're both good, but the second one...
Just watch
The one with
Interior
Wahlberg?
Gay Bar and then watch Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Because the first one's on.
Pause. So...
Is that what that documentary
Yeah,
is called?
no,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
not a document. No,
The movie, yeah.
No, it's a movie that fucking what's his name made.
Franco
made, and my girlfriend at the time was watching it, and I was asleep. She was watching it like it was late at night, and she wakes me up, and I think something's wrong because it's like 2:30 in the morning. She's like, "Did you know they could show blowjobs on Netflix?" I go, "No, you want me up for that?" The James Franco movie, there's guys just blowing each other on Netflix.
Well, now I'm glad you woke me
full on
up.
blowjob. So after I woke up and masturbated to it. No, anyway.
You don't have to say no. We know it. We all get it.
I just thought it was a funny story. It's just like, did you know?
Well, I found out because there's a documentary on Deep Throat, the porno, not the...
They show all that.
They do.
Yeah. Anything else, Alan?
No.
Which, I can't just watch a regular porno.
That's it.
I'm like, ooh, look at
Who's on
this.
Netflix?
I want to know the story behind the porno.
I'd rather just watch
Coke.
Honestly, porno documentaries are always really... There's a bunch, and they're usually
They're
very...
CDAF.
They're very fascinating.
CFNM.
Anyway,
contact.
who's next? Gogs.
Oh.
Nobody cares about what you watched.
That's fair.
I do, though.
Snap.
Did you watch anything?
I
or
did.
Did
I
you
watched.
just play that stupid farming simulator?
No, I watched that farming simulator, but then I also...
Thunderpants.
You watched it. You didn't play it.
And
You,
then I
you just waited until the idle screen came up and saw what the character did. When
I did finally get a chicken. I named it Mark. It's a lady.
That makes sense.
Mark gives me eggs every day. So,
Does it all... No, never mind.
I watched Deadpool again.
For Christ's sake.
What? What's wrong with that?
I want you to know that when I go home and I watch a movie, I purposely try to watch movies that I haven't seen, so I have
That's
something
fine.
to talk about.
I'm just talking about how much I like Deadpool.
That's why I watched
like
shitty
Deadpool.
ass Final Girl.
Oh, and Fast and Furious 6.
Does nobody ever like Deadpool? Deadpool's great. I'm saying I haven't watched it since I have not rewatched it since I saw it in the theater. I like it even more than the first time I saw it, and it has cracked my top 5 Marvel movies.
Are you sort of drunk?
No,
Okay.
I'm just enjoying myself.
All right.
I feel like that movie's got a lot of heart, and it's definitely the best non-Marvel Marvel movie.
No, The Punisher's better. The one we watched, the Dolph Lundgren movie.
Oh, I don't know. I think Deadpool's better than
I
that.
strongly disagree.
Oh, I love...
Well, I like Deadpool. Don't get me wrong.
Big
you
fan.
guys think it'll get nominated for Best Picture?
No. I see that's like a story that's been going
People are
on.
trying to
I
push
saw
that
that.
narrative. I don't know. It's got a lot of... It's got a lot of emotion. It's good. It's fucking good, man. It's Ryan Reynolds.
It wasn't even the best comic book movie that came out this year.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. But it's still real good.
I mean, it's a solid
I
movie.
mean, Suicide Squad blew it away.
Oh,
clearly.
obviously, yeah.
They should just rename it the Suicide Squad Awards.
Anything,
And then, I also
anything else?
For
I
the
also
best
watched
Suicide Squad in a Suicide Squad.
I also watched Menace to Society.
Oh, I haven't seen that in a long
And
time.
that movie
Is
has
that good?
no, it's good. That movie has one of the most horrifying death scenes I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
Who's death?
Well, I guess spoiler alert if you hadn't
The
seen it.
movie's like 30
Is
years
it
old.
scarier than Hal's death in 2001?
I don't know because it's an actual person, probably. But there's something about Kane after he gets shot at the end. Where's Kane? When Kane's getting shot, when he's sitting there bleeding out in his buddy's arms on that front lawn, after like he was finally getting out, like after that whole shitty summer of him doing wrong, he finally turns the corner and some stupid mistake he did gets him got. Like him just sitting there, like he's literally like just shaking and just it's terrifying. There's nothing glamorous about it.
Hughes Brothers directed that movie?
Yeah.
Their career went down.
That
John they Hughes? Peaked at their first movie.
I mean, that fucking From
That's
Hell.
a New Line movie.
Yeah. Pay with that fretting money, buddy.
That movie's good though.
Yeah.
And it's one thing I've seen that movie a billion trillion fucking times, but I've never noticed.
It's a better movie. Menace to Society or Boys in the Hood. I vote Menace to Society.
Menace to Society.
Yeah.
And who else has seen it? You've seen it, obviously. Yes. You've seen it.
Oh yeah,
I
haven't
seen it in a long time. That's why I was wondering when you were like, I'd watch it. Like, does it hold up?
I haven't seen it.
It does. It's kind of interesting just because you see some of the like I guess all the police brutality sort of messaging the same shit we get, the same stuff we're hearing about nowadays. It's like stuff's never changed. It's kind of awful in that regard.
Well, absolutely.
That's what Ron Perlman said.
But the Kane, where's Kane? Never. I don't think he ever kills anybody in the movie.
He's like a Rambo in the first movie.
What?
It's like Rambo and
oh yeah, he never like so he's like he beats up some dudes, he pulls guns on dude, but he never actually goes full bad guy. Like he never commits murder. So he's still kind of redeemable, but then in the end when he gets got, it makes it even all the worse. Like it's just fucking it's tough. It's a good movie though. Like
unrelated, both those movies are better than Higher Learning.
Ooh, Higher Learning's not very good.
With possibly the worst fight scene I've ever seen.
Yeah, Higher Learning's bad.
But yeah,
Coolio.
No,
that's
a video for Higher
Dangerous Minds.
Higher Learning's with Edward James Olmos.
Nope. That's
what is high. What is
Higher Learning's Michael Rappaport and
Samuel L. Jackson.
Nice.
Oh no, that one. What's the one where Samuel L. Jackson is like a principal in a band?
187.
Yeah.
That's
Method Man stabs him with a 10-inch roofing nail.
That's some kind of crazy name that nobody in real life would have.
Yeah.
He stabs him with a roofing
nail. Old Stuffing Shoes or whatever the fuck his name is.
Crazy shit.
That's a genre of movie that was like a...
High School High.
High School High.
That movie's great.
I remember
Oh, you mean like the substitute? Or you mean just like...
I mean like the bad inner city... like school movie,
like the principal. And
I guess Menace to Society really isn't that, but it seems like
Dangerous Minds,
the inner city, like
Sister Act
gangster movie, kind of led to that.
Well, it was like administrator murdering students was a genre because he had like 3 substitute movies. 187, I think he kills somebody. The principal, I'm pretty sure he kills somebody.
You talk about Sister Act. One of the movie podcasts I listened to brought it up, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So they're talking about Sister Act and the fact that like obviously Whoopi Goldberg was an afterthought and not who they originally wrote the movie for. because one, she's not a singer, and two, that she's black. Because at the end of the movie, Harvey Keitel, there's like, you've seen Sister Act, right?
Yeah.
There's like a big like nun convention, and Harvey Keitel's like, I can't find her. She's just blending in with the rest of these old white women. Like, it's just funny because it's like not referenced in the script at all. Like, wait a minute, clearly she sticks
also,
out a
like,
little
if
bit.
I know my convents, I'm not going to want a lot of Goldbergs in there.
Was that Keitel or was it that other guy?
It was Keitel. Wow. I remember because my grandmother loved that movie, and I loved Harvey Keitel, and I was like, he's in this movie.
Little piece of chicken.
Anything else, Scott?
That's it.
You know what his hobby shop would be called?
Oh, here it goes.
Please.
Harvey Keitel's Kite Cells. No.
Should stop at the president.
You were already you were so high. You could only go down.
You set a high bar with that Breslin.
Yeah.
Sean, what'd you watch?
Ooh, I watched movies.
I watched the movie.
I watched the spiritual sequel to Swingers, Made.
Yeah, I like Made.
I like that movie.
Which do you like? Do you like that better than Swingers?
Yes. And here's why. Because the Vince Vaughn character plays out like his Swingers character if you're around that guy in real life.
Yeah.
He's like so like completely unlikable, and it's one of the first like cringe performances I could think of in a comedy because like
He's
everything
a total
he does,
fuck up.
Yeah. No, I think that, but I think that it's in those two films. You call it kind of the spiritual sequel.
Yeah.
And it really is because I can feel like in a lot of ways it's Favreau kind of maturing as like a writer.
Yeah.
Because it feels like a natural. Like you said, if you were around that character, he'd be that annoying by now.
Right.
Even though they're two different characters, like it seems like a perspective has changed.
Yeah.
Like I really like Swingers a lot, and it's a movie that I've watched.
I love Swingers.
I've watched recently, and it's one of those movies I've been worried that aging would not make that movie, like it wouldn't age right.
Yeah.
And it does. It actually works really well.
Well, now it's a period piece. I think we're aged far enough past it now that it's like a time capsule.
But the one little
Man, I still haven't told my parents I didn't get Deep Space Nine.
the one little nitpick
anyway.
that I had of Swingers is everything wraps up a little too conveniently for me. Like Favreau, like finds fucking Heather Graham, and it's just
There's
like
also a moment of
But he finally
magic.
gets over the girl. Like, that's the whole point.
There's
I know,
a
but
moment
it's a
of
little
magical
too-
realism in that movie too. That's totally not dealt with at all. When his answering machine starts having a conversation with him.
oh yeah, yeah, that is true.
I love the scene in Swingers where it's like him and the cat from Office Space, whose name I can't remember.
Shit, who is?
Oh,
that?
Ron Livingston.
Ron
Yeah,
Livingston.
yeah, yeah.
They're playing. It comes into them at the green, and you watch them like 3 putts. Like, what'd you get? 9. What'd you get? 9. It's like make it a little rivalry. I just love that exchange.
There's a lot of good banter in it. Plus, there's this, like I think I've said this to TJ before. It's like you can't sit around your stuffy apartment drinking orange juice all day.
You have. Actually.
It's a good movie, but Made.
Let's talk about Made. Sorry.
I like the soundtrack better because it's like De La Tribe, a lot of stuff that
Yeah,
like
it's real
Gogs are big
hip-hoppy,
fans
yeah.
of. Puffy turns in a not bad performance in his bit. What's his name? Not Donald Faison. He's Faison Love. There's a lot of Faisons floating around these movies.
Faison's the big heavyset fella, right?
Yeah, they're
Worm.
singing at the North Pole.
Worm.
Yeah. Which I wonder if Jon Favreau cast him in Elf because he worked with him in Made.
That would make sense.
It's funny because, like, you forget that Favreau didn't direct Swingers, but he did direct Made.
Yeah.
Doug Liman directed Swingers.
Is that right?
Yeah, director of Mr. and Mrs. Jones and Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, and
the Bourne movies.
Live, Die, Repeat.
Didn't he also direct one of the Bond movies?
That I don't know.
Anyway, well, that's weird. I always thought Favreau directed
you'd
Swingers.
think.
Did Favreau
he
write it?
wrote it.
He wrote
right?
it.
Yeah.
No, Made's really good. I like Made a lot. Famke Janssen's in it. I'm a big fan.
Definitely get it.
Peter Falk gives a really good performance in a very, like, against type.
That's right. I forgot he was in it.
Yeah.
I watched. Did I talk about 10 Things I Hate About You the other day? Because I watched and I can't remember if I
No.
talked about it. I love
No,
that
that
movie.
movie's great.
I have not
Which
seen
one
that
is
movie.
that?
Is that Julia Stiles film?
Yes,
That's with
Styles,
Heath
Ledger.
You know,
It's the retelling of a tame.
I do like that movie.
Joseph
good.
Gordon-Levitt.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever actually seen.
What's her name? What is her name? The mother in Juno. I can never think of her name.
Allison Janney.
Allison
Correct.
Janney.
I love
And-
Allison Janney.
Rushing, in
and
that
she was
movie.
in Private Parts.
Yeah,
How many Lion Cats for Allison Janney?
1.5.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I'm going 2, 2.5. Did you see her in Drop Dead Gorgeous?
She's like her and Just Kidding Simmons are like the only parts of Juno I actually like.
Just Kidding Simmons. Can we please stick with that?
When you move out, I'm getting Weinerreimers. Oh yeah, dream big. Julia Stiles I had a big crush on. She's really good. She's a person that like.
What happened to her?
She now, don't take this. This isn't one of these Alec things where she can't be in movies because she's not attractive enough. But she looks odd. Like, she doesn't look like herself anymore. You know what I mean? Not that she looks I don't know. Look up a current picture of her. She looks strange.
She was just in the most recent Bourne movie.
I'm with Sean on this one.
She was in the Bourne movie last summer.
Did she look weird?
I don't think so.
No.
She's got kind of a square face.
She's got a very remarkable face that maybe, like, age isn't doing much for. I don't know. Like, I'm tiptoeing around, but she doesn't look like you'd picture her.
I agree with that.
I'm looking her up.
And she had like maybe she was like just kind of a product of that era. She played like that really smart but like really sarcastic. I feel like that was her niche.
And she was in like she had like a kind of a lightning in a pan kind of situation. She's in like 6 movies and then nothing.
And you made up a metaphor.
I did.
Lightning in a pan.
I feel like that expression's gonna be lightning in a pan.
We need
lightning
to
in David Lopan.
What the fuck you're cooking?
Like electricity.
Making myself a power omelet.
I used
Tesla's kitchen.
When that movie came out, I thought the other girl in that, her sister, good lord.
She's
I was a big fan.
I would take. Yes. I'm more on a team Julia Stiles.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like her anymore, does it?
Did she have work done? Is that the?
She looks closer to Diane Lane now.
She wishes.
Oh, yeah.
Getting there.
All right. So, what do you like about 10 Things I Hate About You?
What
are 10 things you like about the movie?
They're my listicle. I don't know.
She looks like the porno
Clickbait.
substitute version of Julia Stiles, like the
Julia Piles.
Yeah, she looks like she looks like the Jagoff doppelganger, like that's just be doing blowies.
I don't know. It's just a well put together movie. The cast, I think, really saves it because Larry Miller's the dad in that?
Yeah.
He's like got a Heath Ledger.
Well, their mom died or whatever, so he's like psychotic about protecting them. Well, I guess it's a Taming Shrew, right? But he's really good. Janny's really good. Janny. What's his name? Is the soccer? I can't think of his name. Anyway, it's a good cast. It's a clever enough movie,
right?
It's probably better than like She's All That.
Is it better than Can't Hardly Wait? Because I love Can't Hardly Wait.
Push.
Ooh, okay.
I think Can't Hardly Wait goes down for me because I love Not Another Teen Movie so much.
Yeah. Can't Hardly Wait does have one of my favorite movie moments in one of those teen movies. Is you pick up that phone, you tell Barry Manilow how you feel about him.
With a cameo by Jenna Elfman.
That's that scene.
I was thinking of She's All That.
Yeah.
Can't Hardly Wait's fantastic.
Can't Hardly Wait is like one of the biggest guilty pleasure movies that I have because
not a bad movie.
I legitimately love that.
I've narrowed it down to 10 non-very lovely ladies this evening.
I feel like those teen movies and that kind of, I mean, for lack of a better term, that era of those teen movies, they came in. It was a very small window.
This movie joke.
It was from like Scream to like I don't even know. I guess
Scream 2,
American Pie 2, and that ended it.
And then you got the meta send up super bad essentially.
American Pie has one of my favorite bits of ADR that reminds me of like something I would yell at a party. You just like. There's a scene and there's ADR, somebody just yells, "My farts fucking stink!" Like, I'll scream like, "Oh, I can see that."
But like those movies, those teen movies, they encapsulate a time like right around when we were all
lightning in a pan.
Yeah, it was lightning in a pan. But no, it's like right when it hits that nostalgic sweet spot
because we were in the same age,
and we were all in high school. Like and we were the same age.
Plowing moms.
We were the same age as those characters, and we were all banging that chick that's in all the Rob Zombie movies. Karen Black or whatever. She's in the first House of a Thousand Corpses.
Karen Allen and Frank Black.
Isn't her name Karen Black or something?
I don't know.
Talking about Stifler's mom?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Anyway, what else, Sean?
I watched a bookend Barbara Crampton double feature. I watched Chopping Mall, which I hadn't seen. But it's on Blu-ray now from Vestron, but I think it's like
Is it remastered?
$35.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like, there's certain movies that are are just so fucking expensive
It's
on Blu-ray.
Lario. What's his name? Was Wynorski? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Wynorski?
Yeah, Wynorski.
He's made like 150.
Have you seen
an HBO documentary about him?
Papatopoulos.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
It's great. Over the course of the documentary, they shoot a movie in 3 days.
But that movie's awesome. It's
Chopping Mall.
So the setup for this, and the Mary Warnoff and the other guy from Eating Raoul are in it, in like all those movies. It was like kind of this, almost this like theater company of B actors that are in all these movies.
That robot, though.
Right, so this shopping mall, because there's a string of mall robberies, has security robots commissioned. Like military grade, like super robots.
And they're hilarious looking. I mean, they look like the Happy Birthday Polly robots.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're like that robot from Power Rangers with the weird disc head.
Yeah, it looks like a mix between that and a Johnny Five, because they have like legit tank treads.
Yeah, they don't, that's why I said they look like the Happy Birthday Polly robot, because they don't have...
But somehow they fit on an escalator, which is hilarious.
They're not bipedal, is that the right word?
But it has like one of my favorite, and I even use this in my book at some point, where like they're programmed to just say a certain thing no matter what. So like as they're murdering everybody, they're like, "Have a nice day." Dick Miller's in it for 5 seconds, and I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like when you think like it 80s B horror movie. That's it. But it's just like the fucking premise that all these people. Kind of loose premise, not spoiling anything. A bunch of people stay overnight in the mall that work there.
Right.
And the robots go crazy. Not go crazy, but they're trying to eliminate them. It's like an Ed 209 situation.
Yeah, or like a little bit of the
but these
Simpsons
robots cause
and Itchy and Scratchy
millions
land.
of dollars in damage. Like, I mean, they're shooting lasers, blowing up all the stores and shit. It's insane. It also has a great line where one of the leads picks up a shotgun and goes, "Let's send these motherfuckers a Rambo-gram."
And if you haven't seen Shopping Mall, I almost guarantee that you've seen a GIF from Shopping Mall. There's a very famous laser head explosion that's in Shopping Mall that I feel like everyone has seen. It's like 2 GIFs of like B movies that everyone's seen, and it's that head explosion from Shopping Mall and the head smashing from Story of Ricky O, which they used to use on the Daily Show.
The Craig Kilborn 5 Questions.
Yeah.
And then I watched a movie that came out this year, I think, called Little Sister. It's about a goth girl that kind of runs off to a nunnery. Barbara Crampton's like the lead nun.
How'd you watch this?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
With his eyes.
Ali Sheedy's the female lead. She plays this kind of crazy mother. It's one of these like...
Ali Sheedy's still in movies?
Yeah, she's really good at it. It's like if you smashed Juno and Saved and let me do a pass on it, is the best way I could...
Okay. I'm into that.
Her brother's... comes back in Iraq and he's all burnt up. His face, he's got like a Freddy Krueger face, kinda. And their parents are all stoned all the time. And she's like, "How
is it a comedy?
Not really. It's like kind of like a mumblecore movie, I guess. It's really good though.
It sounds a little
like
shoegazy. It sounds like something you wouldn't like.
It's like Duplass. Normally I wouldn't, but it's like a very personal. I like the way it ends.
I'll check it out.
Like in most movies, I think it would end
like a Garden State.
Fuck you!
It would end.
Have you heard
with,
of
like,
the Swans?
The girl finding herself in spoilers for Little Sister. Although it's not like a movie you can really spoil.
Right.
Although there is a great scene where she gets right before she goes back to the common. She's got Barbara Crampton's car, and her mother puts a bunch of pot in the cupcakes, and then she accidentally eats a mushroom candy, and it's fucked up. But in any other movie, it'd be like, "Oh, I found myself and I'm leaving the convent," but then she goes back to the convent in the movie because that's what she really wanted, which I think is a kind of novel way for that sort of movie to end.
I'll check it out. It's called Little Sister.
Little Sister. It's short. It's a good movie. I'm a fan.
Check it out. Anything else, Sean?
Nope. Teagles.
I watched a couple of things after making fun of Gogs for watching movies that we've already seen. I went and saw...
I saw Blade Runner. Can we talk about Blade Runner?
I do love Blade Runner.
Which cut?
Theatrical.
Now, I saw Raising Arizona in the theater. I saw it at the Senator. And I haven't seen Raising Arizona.
I'll go to the Senator.
You go there too.
I've never been to the Senator.
Oh, we saw Jaws there. Didn't we go see Jaws there?
I never saw Jaws with you.
We saw...
That was another Puerto Rican.
Maybe it was with Anthony.
We saw Big Trouble in China there.
Definitely didn't see that either.
What? You were at the Big Trouble.
I was also at the Jaws thing.
Oh, I was gonna say, fucking.
They had lifesaver donuts.
I thought I lost my.
I was like, I thought you went like.
I thought I lost my fucking mind. I was like,
Did you get poutine?
Yeah.
We did get
poutine.
So good.
Anyway, made it up like it was a fever dream.
Clark Burger, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
If you go to the Senator, go to Clark Burger. It's right next door. It's delicious.
They sponsoring the show now?
No, I wish.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Oh, yeah, you're giving away free ads.
We'd be even fatter.
Right.
Clark Burger,
bag of-
you'll get fat.
Bag of Clark burgers every time we do the show.
I haven't seen.
I call them sliders, but it's really just a bag of full-size hamburgers.
I haven't seen
They
Raising
move
Arizona.
across this table, they slide. Talk about Raising Arizona.
Why am I the only person you all talk over? You never.
Bullshit, Donnie.
Jesus.
I don't know how many times I had to stop.
And I always go back to you.
You do.
Hit the thing.
What do you think we're doing to you now?
You're not
coming back.
No,
to
no.
Just
no.
go back
TJ,
to
go.
it.
You're out of your area.
What?
Ghost World.
No, I didn't. I did watch it, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Mad Max.
No, I didn't watch that this week.
Turbo Kid.
I did watch that this week.
I like sandwiches.
I haven't seen Raising Arizona in
I
probably
read a movie earlier.
15 years. Like, so I guess, like, again, like, it's a theme of this show. Like, anytime I go back to an old movie now, because of the show, I'm always terrified I'm gonna hate it.
You're so jaded.
I am. But Raising Arizona is so
Well,
fucking
the Coens
good.
get like a plus 12 nostalgia buffer. Like,
But they don't even need it. Like,
Yeah.
They roll straight 20,
that movie is so well
Seven
done.
Lady Killers had a critical fail.
The thing about Raising Arizona
fumbled.
that I guess I didn't pick up on now, and it's one of those things where, you know, a lot of times we talk about how our perspectives have changed, you know, from when we were teenagers watching movies to now, because we've seen our opinions are so informed on all the other shit that we've watched. Like, Raising Arizona in a lot of ways is an old 50s comedy.
Yeah.
Like, everyone
It's
is
like a scandal, like a farce. Yeah.
like everyone is very pitched. Like, all their performances are like very pitched.
But all the sets are set that way. I mean, it basically screams that.
I understand, but I just that's something I didn't pick up on as a kid.
I can see a
you know what
direct
I mean?
line between that movie and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Probably
Absolutely.
better than I can all the rest of their movies.
I agree with that. But I mean, I
It's
think
like when they're going up their skill tree or whatever.
like Skyrim, they're putting points.
But more nostalgia.
Like, yeah, you got to have a +5 Raising Arizona before you can get to No Brother Where Art Thou.
That movie is so good, and I just think that pulling off that tone is just super difficult.
Yeah.
And they do it flawlessly. Like, that movie is just hilarious. It's full of great performances.
Nick Cage's best movie?
No. Adaptation for me is his best movie. I think he's legitimately amazing in that movie.
Where do you put Raising
Rider.
Arizona in this whole deal?
Probably 2.
It also manages to bring in a character from another dimension and not really address it.
But that also kind of informs like that trope that they do a lot in their movies. That force of nature, the Shugar character, like that is
the Cyclops in Old Brother.
Yeah,
or
actually, everything in Old Brother,
or Stellan Skarsgård. Or not, help me out here.
Peter Sarsgaard.
Peter Sarsgaard. Thank you.
Yeah.
Why do I always want to do the other guy? His
same
character in
last name.
Fargo is kind of that character. They do it a lot in their movies, and yeah, it's totally weird, right? That bounty hunter is like out of nowhere, and you see it in a dream sequence that Nicolas Cage has in that movie. But like you see him, and it's like that's cool. Like it doesn't bother you at all. Like it's fine. Something else I realized during this movie: Holly Hunter is fucking adorable in this movie,
She is.
and like,
well, you know what? And part of it is too is that I think the kind of physical dichotomy between her, the sexual dimorphism, if you want to get too fancy about it.
You're right. The physical
sexual dimorphism.
Yeah,
I've never heard
like
of
when they
that.
turn into animals.
That's sexual
Anamorphism.
Animorphs is a TV show. No, sexual dimorphism, like humans have it. Like,
Take that,
some animals.
Kafka.
It just means that one sex is bigger than the other one.
Oh,
generally.
okay.
But Nicolas Cage like towers over her, and she's teeny tiny.
It's perfect.
But she's the authority figure, which I love.
and she's great in it. And I just
who plays
Cardi
what's
Rock.
his name? Their buddy's wife. I can't ever remember.
It's Frances
Julianne Moore?
No, it's
No,
Frances
Frances
McDormand,
McDormand,
and
yeah.
she's great.
Yeah, they're swingers.
The fucking dickhead, like, at first I thought, for some reason, for all these years that I've watched this movie, I always thought that was his brother-in-law that he punches in the face. No, it's his boss. I don't know where I got that. But he's great. He shows up in some Coen stuff, too, later on. But, like, when he gives that thing about swinging, and, like, all his, like, bad jokes, he's like, how many Polacks does it take to fucking put in a light bulb? I don't know. How many? 4! Because they're stupid. Like, that's
a solid joke.
Or, like, there's there's a scene, probably my favorite scene in that whole fucking movie, where the two characters we're just talking about, the boss, his wife, and like their 100 kids are literally just annihilating Nicolas Cage's house.
Right.
Like the kids are just a disaster. The one kid writes like carves fart in the wall, and they're just fucking everything up. And like Nick Cage is just stolen this baby, and he's looking fatherhood in the eye, and then he just sees this destructive force that are all these children, and the look on his face is so wonderful, like just the look of just total horror of like what he's gonna have to deal with.
Realization.
It's so great, and it's understated. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It's, you know, in a lesser movie, you'd have a scene where Nick Cage is like, I'm not sure about having kids.
You know it's a successful movie when you're on the side of people that kidnapped a baby.
And they're lovable.
Right.
Like, they're totally lovable. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not like what is it? It's not Splinter. What is the name of that Kevin Bacon movie?
The Woodsman?
No.
That's a good one.
No, this
Stir
one
of
doesn't
Echoes?
fuck a kid. He just kidnaps one. What,
oh, I know what you're talking about.
Is Keira Sedgwick in it with him? Or Courtney Love's
That's
his
the
wife?
Woodsman!
No. It's him and Courtney Love.
I can't think of the name. It's like something like
It's
that.
called Splint.
Isn't it like two words, like Splintered Vision or
Splinter Cell.
something?
Pandora Tomorrow.
Splinter Cell. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. Anyway, go watch Raising
Kevin Bacon
Arizona.
is
I got
Sam
it.
Fisher.
I bought Raising Arizona on Amazon for like $7. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's great. It's not on any of the streamies, unfortunately, but I watched.
How did you not own that?
Huh?
How'd you not already own that?
I mean, I had it on RA.
Oh, you had one of those poverty discs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm trying to
Put that in a stack with a bunch of AOL CDs and throw them out.
I'm going through and buying all the Coen
Video
Brothers
coasters.
They make a good
Except
coaster.
for Barton Fink.
It's well, I might order there's a region-free international DVD I might pick up. I watched Star Trek Beyond, which you guys have all seen, and I finally watched.
So we bullied you into liking it?
No, you didn't bully me into like it. So I watched it, and I was like, I liked it a lot. I didn't think it was, because the general consensus in the room was that this was the best Star Trek movie out of the new ones.
Correct.
Yes.
And after I watched it, I was like, it's good.
You're also not like your level of Star Trek fan was probably you're like the nadir of the fandom.
I mean, I enjoy. Right? I mean, you're right. I'm not like a diehard, but I mean, I've seen all the original films.
But if out of the four of us, you probably have the least affection for it. You'd say, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. But anyway, out of the new films, after watching it, I was like, I think the first Abrams movie is still better. But anyway, let me. I should have phrased this differently. My biggest problem with Star Trek Beyond is the same problem.
Idris Elba's a space Dracula.
Exactly. Well, my problem is that all of these movies, from the first one on, they all have villain problems.
Wouldn't that movie? Did you
figure out the twist from the jump?
I didn't. But
no, I didn't either.
Wouldn't you? In retrospect, spoilers, I guess, already for this movie that we've talked about 7 times already. But wouldn't it just work better if Idris Elba was still just regular ass Captain What's His Nuts fighting some kind of weird war against the Federation without the Dracula thing?
I kind of felt that way, yeah. And I also So the whole thing is he's got this like technovirus that he's going to go and put in the space station.
Telekinesis to keep it in check.
Right, but like, why did he need the technovirus at all?
I know he got
It's
that.
a cable joke. Yeah. I think. But like, why did he need the technovirus at all? That swarm army, by the way, that effect
fucking
was
awesome.
awesome. But that like swarm fleet that he has could have annihilated that entire like base. So why did he even need it?
I gotta say, I did mark out for the Enterprise going underwater.
It was cool.
Yeah.
All right, so here's
it comes up out of the water and just blocks all the ships.
And they managed not to destroy the entire city, which is
Here's
super.
Here's the pluses, and this is what makes Star Trek Beyond to me a good movie. It gives every cast member something to do.
Yeah.
It actually feels like a team. Like,
well, you didn't have to rebuild the squad.
No, but you didn't in the second one either, and they still did.
That's what I'm saying. They did it. They didn't need to. Simon Pegg's working with. You fucking get it,
right?
We all know what's up.
It was a very good movie, and it was full of like heart. And I thought that all the bone stuff was really
like a leader. Yeah. This should be the second movie.
Yeah.
Like you could just scrub the entire second movie.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Like the Bone Spock stuff is just fantastic.
And
Urban on fire.
All the character beats are really good. I liked how they dissolved the stupid Uhura Spock love thing, because that never worked for me. And the fact that they just wrote it off, but then they left little bits of it that still made the story interesting.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I liked 85% of that movie a lot, if you had a different villain, I think it would be an A+. As it stands, it's like a B. So, after thinking, I like the first Abrams movie better, I went back and watched that, and it's still good, but I have to agree with you guys that Beyond is a much more fluid movie. It's a much more fun movie. The Star Trek, the original Star Trek, is
actual direction is a toss-up, but the script for Beyond is so much better.
I can't agree more. Yeah. And the thing is that Star Trek, the first one, it's kind of the problem that I have with the X-Men movies, where it's just a Kirk movie, more or less. Like, Spock's in it a little bit, but everybody else is just kind of
Star Trek Beyond is truly, you really get to see all the characters. You get to have, you get to experience all of the characters.
And
it's great.
And I know that, there's a certain amount of building that you have to do in the first movie, so maybe it's not fair. But to me, the third one really was just a much more watchable movie. Whereas the first one, it also isn't fun. There's some fun moments, but it's kind of dour, and you got to deal with Nero and all his bullshit. And,
don't tell me it didn't happen. I saw it happen.
But honestly, that begins the problem, because to me, all three of those movies have 3 Neros.
Yeah,
that's the villain in all of the movies.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not for nothing. That's like every. What's the best Star Trek villain? I mean,
V'ger.
Honestly, the best Star Trek episodes are the
first
ones where
it's best because it doesn't have a villain.
Yeah, I was about to say
they're the ones where it's thhere against a force of nature, not necessarily
almost like a Fantastic Four exploration.
No, the best Star Trek episodes are where they have to make a moral decision. There's the one with the crystalline entity, where Picard has to argue that this thing that's basically a Galactus has as much right to live as they do, because it's a sentient being. You know what I mean? Those kind of intellectual conflicts is what makes Star Trek different than other kind of science fiction.
Because they resolve stuff without blasters sometimes.
Right. Sometimes.
But anyway, I really liked it. I agree with you guys.
That's why when we talked about Doctor Strange having kind of a Star Trek resolution...
Yeah. Or a Doctor Who resolution.
Yeah, I haven't seen Doctor Who, but I mean...
But it's the same idea. Doctor Who doesn't use a gun and almost always tries to, solve his problems without violence. I mean, I mean, it's because he's a pussy.
He has a whistle.
But it also makes it also makes it interesting because, he has to, figure shit out. Lastly, what did I watch? There's a third movie. Fuck, now I can't remember.
Ghost World.
No.
3 Musketeers.
No.
Burnwell.
Ooh, the Chris O'Donnell one?
Yes.
That's the best one.
Wow, how did I fucking forget? Oh, god damn it.
You should have told us earlier that we'd remember.
I know.
Willow?
No.
Brillo?
What did you just say?
Brillo.
Gummo?
No, I like that movie.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
Ugh. Hard pass.
Kite Club.
Kung Pao.
No,
Nightclub.
I can't
Boomerang.
I cannot believe that I've
Vampire
heard
Boomerang 2.
Moons over Miami.
Is that a movie or just a sandwich?
Either Project X.
What is that?
Well, there's Project X, the Matthew...
Oh, the monkey movie. I've seen that movie.
And then there's Project
Wait, is that the one that put in the flight simulator?
It just came out
Yes.
They put the monkeys in the flight simulator, right? That movie's fucked up.
Monkey hate plane.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is that what got...
No, I watched the fucking Big Lebowski.
Oh, yeah.
Monkey hate plane.
And,
you ever seen it before?
We found out that Alec has never seen the Big Lebowski.
So what do you think about it, Alec?
I haven't seen it.
Great.
But we gave it to you to watch.
Yep. I'll have it watched.
That's your copy to own.
That's Julianne Moore's, sexiest performance.
Incorrect.
Boogie Nights pretty good.
Nailed it.
I like that severe Bryce Dallas Howard Jurassic World prototype haircut that she's got.
Yeah.
I like the fucked up brokenness.
Okay. In Boogie Nights, she is a character who's explicitly about sex. There's something about her performance in The Big Lebowski that just oozes sexuality on its
super
own.
about sex. She's about sex in both movies.
The whole her line about how, it's
Rod or Johnson.
It's vaginal. It's like, my work has been described as vaginal. It's been known to make men uncomfortable. I was talking to
that's the Coen's genius, is they can put dialogue like that in a movie and it doesn't break. You know,
vagina.
But I think it's also it's twofold, right? It's directed well, it's written well, and it's
Majora and Minora.
Nice.
Labial folds.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Folds.
It's just
labial.
It's just a hole in the dark for me. I think it's a Ronnie James Dio song. So no, what I'm saying is that I can't believe that landed.
It's a very narrow scope.
No, what I'm saying is that they always get amazing performances from their act. Like Julianne Moore says those lines perfect. Like, and that's the thing I wanted to say about this movie. I mean, obviously,
the plot is ludicrous.
Everyone, how are you going to send them to the farm when they've seen Carl Hungus?
I like, you can imagine where it goes where he fixes the cable.
What is it's not Heather Graham. What is it Heather Graham?
Tara Reid.
What is her line?
I'll suck your cock for $1,000.
Yeah, suck your cock for and then she's like,
Brad's gonna watch. It cost him $100.
Yeah.
Or Brand can watch, but it's gonna cost him.
That made me sad too because I forgot Philip Seymour Hoffman was dead. And God,
and Philip Seymour Hoffman's reaction to that is just she's just kidding.
John Goodman's best performance. It's either that or 10 Cloverfield Lane, right? You got to choose one.
Barton Fink.
Oh yeah,
he's really good in Barton.
So I haven't seen two. of those
and by the way,
you gotta see 10 Cloverfield.
Going back to Raising Arizona, he's really good.
Yeah, he's not in that a whole. Lot.
He's in that
a fair amount.
He's in that a lot. And you know, I forgot was in that movie.
Tim Blake Nelson.
No, what's his fucking name?
Ron James
Willie Nelson.
No, the guy he played the sheriff in Devil's Rejects. He's been in a million movies.
Tom Sizemore.
No,
Tom Skerritt.
I always forget this guy's
Michael Ironside.
No,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He was in Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah. No. I
Eric
know.
LaSalle.
Hold on,
George Clooney.
I gotta look him up because it's gonna kill me. Because I'm gonna.
He's got like a really hardcore American name, doesn't he?
Yeah,
like Thunder Dickhole or something
Steve
like that.
Torkelson.
Hold on, it's and he looked like he was like.
Is Tim Blake Nelson in that movie?
Who's Tim Blake Nelson?
From Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
The third guy.
She was...
William Forsythe.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. He's John Goodman's brother in that movie.
You mean the from Virtuosity?
He was in Virtuosity?
Or is that John Forsythe? William Forsythe. Yeah, he's the
William
fucking
Forsythe.
cop buddy with that shoots the computer.
Oh, yeah.
He's also in Things to Do in Denver While You're Dead.
Yeah, he's in that.
That movie's not
And
good.
The Rock.
Yeah. And, but anyway, like, Fargo. Fucking... The Big Lebowski...
Have you seen Fargo?
Yeah, not in a long time.
The Big Lebowski, like, as I was watching it, I think it might be the best script ever written. Like, it's just so fucking tight. Like, it's...
Burnt Citizen Kane.
It's just so fucking good. I mean, I love Citizen Kane, but, like, I don't know, man. Like, that movie never stops.
Way to go, Donnie!
Speaking of Citizen Kane, what is your fucking William Randolph Hearst smear campaign against the Nintendo Switch? It's like you
I hate Switch so much. That's a side tangent. Yeah, well,
I think you hate so much you love it.
We need to bring back the Fat Man's Gaming Roundtable or whatever,
That's
so
fine.
I can just
do it after this one.
Well, not yeah. Anyway, go watch The Big Lebowski. Like, just watch it.
Alec.
That's a movie I could watch. I as soon as that movie was over, I was like, I could watch this again because you know it's. I texted Sean while I was watching it because I was doing like five things at once. Like,
hurtful.
What, you want me to text you? I don't know. I'll text you all next time. But
we even have something set up for that too.
What? Excuse me?
We have the three-way gangbang text that we're already steady on.
Yeah, that's fun when you're in a meeting and that thing goes off 2,000 times in a row.
No, what I was saying,
Isn't it?
Right?
what I told Sean, and it's
We're
some
all
meetings.
to blame because there's always different people starting it.
What I told Sean,
why don't we just fuck already and get it over with?
What'd you tell Sean already?
You having it?
On your private
text.
What'd you say in your private texts?
I just said that it's interesting to me watching, you know, some of these shit movies.
I hate the Alex Cox Metroplex.
Some of these garbage movies that we watch
Like
for the
Men at Work.
podcast
Movies
last.
about garbage.
They seem to last for hours.
The most violent year.
And I'm watching The Big Lebowski, and I paused it because I had to go get a beer or something, and I was like, the movie was 10 minutes away from being over, and I felt like I just turned it on. Like,
speaking of,
you know what I mean? Like,
that movie moves at a clip.
It's amazing because, but how many times have we watched fucking,
which is weird
like
too, because
fucking Virtuosity, fucking Driller Killer? It felt like that shit
That-
lasted for 7 days.
Salvation lasted
is
forever.
essentially a bunch of vignettes.
It really is.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a lot of like weird, complicated
That
nonsense.
whole John Goodman freaking out about rolling on Shabbos, and then it's like, you're not even fucking Jewish, Walter. Your ex-wife was Jewish.
Oh, I'm sorry. When you get divorced, do you get a new driver's license? Do you change your name? Do you stop being fucking Jewish? 4,000 beautiful years of culture from Moses and Sandy Koufax. You're goddamn right I'm living in the past.
You remember what Lennon said? I am the walrus.
I am the walrus.
What the fuck, Donnie?
Well, like that opening sequence where you're introduced to the dude Walter and Donnie all together at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
They peed on your
that
road.
sequence is so good because like they're all talking, but they're all interrupting each other. Like it's so natural.
Yeah,
but
just like this podcast.
Or it's Always Sunny.
Yeah,
that's
but
why
like,
that show works.
It's
so
just
well,
it's just so perfect. Like it's
they peed on your.
You know what? Like I used to always say that my favorite opening scene of dialogue was that scene in Reservoir Dogs.
It is tremendous.
It might be the scene in Big Lebowski. It rivals that.
I fucking love the Sam Elliott voiceover that opens the Big Lebowski, where he loses his train of thought.
Let me ask you guys a question. Because the Sam,
I told you just go to get a doctor to look at it. We can't help you.
The Sam Elliott character, what does he represent to you? Because that to me is the artsy Coen's part of that movie. Like, and I've heard a lot of different theories of like what he's supposed to be.
Them, right?
That's what I always thought. Yeah, that's like the director.
It's the narrator. Yeah,
It's Grant Morrison and Animal Man.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but yes.
Grant Morrison basically he likes to write himself.
Well, in Animal Man, he literally writes himself into it because the character stops to talk to him.
He's like the Watcher.
Uatu?
Yeah.
No, the other one.
Dude, Uatu's neck must be fucking strong.
with that Pep Boys head game he's got going on right now.
God.
You go out there, you better not scratch them heads. The Simpsons joke.
They wheel away in grocery carts.
Is that a House of Terror?
That's the one where the
just don't look.
God brought that up today, actually. Anyway, let's get into this movie. We watched what movie again?
Rain of Fire.
Goes quick.
Rain of Fire.
This movie, God, what
I was very not looking forward to watching this
I was
movie.
very excited to watch this movie.
with good reason.
Yeah.
Turns out.
All right, Gog Synopsis time.
Yeah, this won't be good. So here we go. Rain of,
This is going
That should just lead off every podcast.
Rain of Fire by Gogs. Starring Gerard Butt Cheeks. These child labor laws are suspect at best. Welcome to Dragon Man Begins. This basement moron is crushing his mom's higher ed budget. Sexism! Triple exclamation point. This dude is going to become the mother of dragons. He just got juiced in the face, and his mom's an elevator dummy until she gets fatally scratched 3 times in her face. So these dragons are basically the creeper from Jeepers Creepers patent pending. Welcome to the catacombs of Lower Uncton. This Star Wars reenactment is so much better than Episode 2, and Batman is a plagiarist. This is the Fallout 4 Skyrim crossover we demanded yet never asked for. You like that? Thanks. Time to hijack these cabbages. The bad guy from Last Action Hero is freaking out about them tomatoes.
Oh, shit.
You got. You got. Oh, shit. My Bloody Valentine with the Firefighter DLC. This is just a classic...
Wait, pause. The movie has DLC?
Apparently. I don't know, man. I'm tired. This is just a classic double truck dragging up firefuck. Batman and Jer Bear reminiscing about the before times.
The long, long ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how did all these freedom...
he says.
How did all these freedom-hating Brits get American firearms? Matty
That's
Max...
something only Gogs would point out. Gog, like guns and ammo Petrello over here.
Matty Mac's lack of sleeve game is off the scale. You like that too? Good.
The scale's a pun.
This dragon murderer is going to shack up with us for a piece. Jer Bear trying to smash Airwolf Lady. Oh shit, my hawk alarm. Some sort of sensor cluster jam, and the radio man immediately understands all the intricacies of dragon triangulation.
Yeah, he did pick that up off
real
quick.
fast.
Real fucking quick.
These 3 bros just got sky fucked.
That scene is awesome.
It was great.
incredible.
Matty Mac breaking out his custom-built murder staff, and he got some deep dragon penetration. Jer Bear's sweater comes in black and a slightly darker black. Batman and Russ Cole debating the issues of a patriarchy, And now the conscription begins.
How much more black could that sweater get?
None.
None more black. Here's some codeine cough syrup. Go drink that up and reflect on the monster beating that tribal tatted up walking constitution handed you. Helicopter dating sim gave Batman the old peace out bow.
Walking constitution. Tribal tatted up walking constitution.
That's pretty good. Bruce Wayne digging that classic Dragon Corpse stank. Do you think before the Dragpocalypse McConaughey was baller at Command and Conquer Red Alert?
That game gets brought up a lot.
You can get a blimp to drop atomic bombs.
You can arm bears with lasers.
Just like in real life.
Oh fuck, Papa Dragon's gonna scream fuck the cat castle to death. Y'all check that door for heat? How are they charging these fire extinguishers? Your castle looks like fuck, bro. Your thoughts? Time to go to London. That's too many dragons!
That's too many dragons!
Dragon cannibalism is the most hardcore type of cannibalism. Matty Mac got himself a flare gun flashlight. Setting up the rules for the last battle.
Oh, we forgot Matthew McConaughey got himself a recreational vehicle.
Oh, shit, that would be good. Oh, fuck Monster Jam. Matty Mac goes out the most ballerist ass way possible.
Yeah.
What is Matthew McConaughey's vertical?
His horizontal is insane.
Yeah, he jumps like 30 feet.
He's like a long jump boss.
It was pretty amazing.
A standing long jump.
Yeah.
Not even running.
Yeah, he wasn't even running. Yeah, that was in place.
Guy's doing a lot of squats.
For reals. That dragon needs to update his video drivers.
Key reference.
You want to plow on this dragon's corpse now or no?
The dragon vision.
Dragon.
Now we smashed that dragon's dick in. Time to take up ham radio. The end.
That was a quick
It's a quick movie.
That's a quick movie. Well,
the movie's all
kabooms.
Can we just stop and talk about how awesome Matthew McConaughey is?
You said something earlier when we were watching the movie, and you're like, I know I shouldn't say this because it's probably a dumb reason to like the movie, but I like this movie because Matthew McConaughey looks so fucking cool.
He does.
He looks awesome.
We compared him to a 1988 IROC.
He looks fucking badass. Every time you see him, he looks fucking amazing. Like, he just looks so fucking cool. Like, I just want him in every movie.
So the thing is, he's selling it.
Is Van Zandt, what's Christian Bale's name?
Quinn.
Is he his Tyler Durden?
Oh, you don't think he actually... Well, no, other characters interact with him. So, yeah.
Well, Marla interacts with Tyler Durden.
Yeah, but, like, the whole...
You want to finish that dragon off?
You won't finish it off.
But no, he's fantastic in this movie. And like Gog says, not only does he look cool, but he's like... Him and Bale both. Like, they're in a big, stupid movie, but you wouldn't know it by their performances.
Yeah, this movie could have been written out on Post-it notes on a wall in some strung-out basement, but it was... They fucking
Matthew McConaughey, like... It's like they green screened him in from Philadelphia or something. He's like... There are some like scenes where he's literally crying.
They are selling it the whole fucking time. McConaughey and Bale are fucking selling it. I mean, it's essentially... I mean, they're giving you Viggo Morgenstern on the road, but now dragons are in play. Like, they are fucking working it.
Well, there's nothing like... I guess the thing is, a lot of times with these movies that have real...
Okay, this just in from the internet ticker. James Cameron apparently is getting the rights to the Terminator back in 2019 and is attaching Tim Miller from Deadpool to direct.
Okay. Alright, sure. Why not?
I'll allow it.
But no, what I was saying is that, like, this movie... a lot of times when you have these really silly premises... The movie itself is silly, and the movie, especially nowadays, I feel like everything is constantly like, hey, look how dumb this is. Like, isn't this funny? Because
like
it's so
meta-winky sort of like...
And this movie isn't like that. Like, it has a very...
They're playing it very straight.
They have very stupid premise.
Shit's real.
Everybody is going for it.
Yeah, I mean,
they're all grabbing the premise of dragon.
I feel like you learn I think you learn so much about Christian Bale's character in the first bit before you even meet McConaughey.
Yeah.
When he's debating with the other refugees about the virtues of not harvesting yet because we need that shit to go to seed so that we can make more shit later.
Kind of a pussy.
Who?
Bale.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I think he's. That's how he's had to survive.
Right.
So it's conditioned him into it.
Yeah,
but then, brash America, the walking Constitution. Matthew McConaughey comes in.
Yeah, he shows up and
mans
immediately
him up a bit. Is there like every shot that Matthew McConaughey's in? He's like, you kind of throw the rule of thirds out because his presence is so big. He's like dead center of every shot, and they're all just cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking, he's kind of like greasy, dirty, and his eyes are glassy
He's not even
as
in a
fuck.
movie. He's in a series of metal album covers.
Yeah, he's a walking Frank Frazetta painting.
Right. It's fantastic. Can we talk about for a second though? One thing I really liked about the movie is that they take, again, to further the whole silly premise, but they really cement all of the rules for the dragons very quickly, and they don't slow the movie down to tell you this is the world we live in. These are the rules of the dragons.
These are the rules of the cartoon universe.
But it's great.
One of the things I even liked about that was when McConaughey tries to explain the rules to Bale, Bale's like, no, I fucking get it. He says it to him before we can finish. Like, okay, you get it. Good, we get it. Now the audience gets it, so we all get it.
But, like, how many of these movies that we watch have these, like, terrible, like, exposition
where you have to go to
dumps?
fucking John Hurt's cave and have him explain the whole history of the world to you.
Right, and you don't got that. And it's brilliant. Like,
call it the Hurt Locker.
It looks really good. Like, the whole movie's shot very well. It looks fantastic.
Yeah. Well, Sean was saying the guy shot or...
Well, the guy shot aliens.
Yeah, and what else? He did some other shit that was legit.
He did your favorite movie, fucking Willow.
It's up there. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying, bud?
I forget.
He's talking about how he hasn't seen The Big Lebowski.
There goes, I haven't seen The Big Lebowski.
So, who's this dude you guys keep talking about?
We get it.
Lands with a thud.
Yeah, typical.
McConaughey.
What else are we going to talk about? It's hard to talk about this movie because it's
how badass is McConaughey's act.
McConaughey looks fucking awesome in every scene he's in.
About that fucking
and then, like, the 3 fucking scenes where all of a sudden his, like, shirt is off. He's just, like...
Alright, we gotta...
I feel like his shirt runs away in terror when McConaughey enters his final rage form.
Beef Weasel scale.
Oh, man, he's, like, pushing a 6 Langenkamp in this movie.
Yeah, he's up there.
Like, I think he might be a 6... This might be a 6 Langenkamp performance.
Wow.
And he's like a dirtied up, like, Furiosa-esque road warrior fucking badass.
But with the traps and the delts.
Yeah. All the muscles.
And crummy tattoos.
Yeah.
And a solid... He looks like we're talking... He looks like Kratos.
He looks like
a Viking. Like...
Yeah. He looks like a fucking Viking.
Yeah, he looks fantastic.
But he's doing everything... He's not like... If this was Terminator Salvation, he'd be screaming everything, but he's doing his McConaughey loud whisper the whole thing, which really works.
Which works, yeah.
It transmits the tone
this
very well.
This motherfucker strolls up to a castle riding a tank with a cigar in his mouth, like George C. Scott on human growth hormone.
What did you say? Is like the director wanted to make Patton, but not for pussies.
Oh, God. It's hard to talk about a movie that we like so much.
And they do a really good job. In a lot of movies, we would have seen how bad the dragons look now in retrospect, but they do such a good job of having debris and cloud cover and every other fucking thing to kind of like to shield you from it. And you brought up, at least until the end, they do a good job of jawsing it so you don't see the dragons full on all the time.
Yeah, what were you saying, Alex?
That's what I was going to say. The movie's 15 years old, and the dragons look better than a ton of effects that we see now.
They look better than anything.
They look better than effects. Yeah, better than the effects of the movie we saw last week. Even like 5 years old.
And even when you do see the whole dragon, it looks good. Like at the very end, when Bale is like facing down, facing down and face to face, redundant, but it looks awesome
because it's a smart shot. Because they're shooting Bale from the back, looking at the dragon, as opposed to having them stand next to each other when it would look fucking dumb.
Yeah, it looks even, and I guess like the most.
Some of those shots are like video gamey in like the best possible way. You know what I mean?
That's exactly. I was just about to say that. Like even the most kind of special effects heavy shot, I think, would be the shot where the male dragon, because the male dragon. You find out in the movie, which I think is a clever little plot device, that so the dragons basically just destroy the ententire world.
Dragon?
Also the dragon. They find out that the dragons that they've been able to kill so far
All the ones McConaughey has killed.
Well, Christian Bale's camp hasn't killed any dragons.
They didn't think you could kill them.
Yeah, so
like when McConaughey rolls up saying,
us no more.
When McConaughey rolls up saying he killed a dragon,
Bale's like bullshit.
Yeah, first off, first you have a plane. Now you kill dragons.
Sure, bro.
Yeah, and McConaughey shows him like a dragon claw that he's got.
Tooth.
Or tooth.
No, Bale's like, you can't do that. That's their airspace. Like, no, it's my airspace. It's your airspace.
They're renting it.
I
love that line. That's a great line.
Such a good line.
Matthew McConaughey has a line that's so good in this. I thought it was from like a Shelley poem, but it turns out they wrote it specifically.
Oh, the one about a hero, like
envy the country with heroes. I say pity the country that needs them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So good.
But the most.
I read your book, you son of a bitch.
The most special effects heavy shot in the whole movie is when the male dragon takes over the castle. Oh, I don't think I finished that, but they find out that all the dragons that they've killed up to this point are female dragons.
And McConaughey has a theory that the reason is there's one male. He seeds everything,
yeah,
and everything else is female.
It's basically
it's
the Alec
Jay Hawkins.
It's like the Alec theory. Like Alec just fucks everything.
So if we kill the male,
that's why it's so much bigger than all the females.
If we kill,
so if you kill me, then you're getting a children of men scenario. There's no more babies.
That's why we need you to just keep spurting.
I think even I'm gross now.
But anyway,
I want that as a bumper sticker. Just keep spurting.
Mohole Radio, branded.
Print the shirts.
Patent pending. No, but the most special. So the male dragon is like 10 times the size of the other dragon.
Yeah, it's easily big, and they were really smart with that shot in London too, because you see all the female ones, and then you see the male rise up. You're like,
awesome.
Oh fuck.
But that special, I guess actually I take it back. That scene when you see all the the hive, for lack of a better term, of the dragons, that is the most.
You get some perspective about what the fuck they're dealing with.
But it looks great.
Yeah.
At no point in this movie I'm like, that looks kind of shit. Well,
the opening fire scene was kind of dumb.
That was dumb, and when they switched to Dragon Vision...
Why they felt the need to do that at the very end?
For no fucking reason. Sean actually brought up, that seems kind of late to introduce that.
Literally, there's 3 minutes left of the movie. Show it.
I was like, this movie's almost over? You paused it, and there's 10 minutes left. Shit.
Well, we had to get that McConaughey screen cap.
I was hoping to have 200 men with me. Or something.
Yeah, me too.
What else can we talk about?
Let's talk about that Halo jumping scene.
That was, please.
So in McConaughey's infinite wisdom, his dragon wrestling involves sending...
Dogs, what's the name of McConaughey's army?
They are the Kentucky Irregulars, which is the greatest name of any outfit ever. I wanted us to make a side project to be the Kentucky Irregulars. I wanted to use the name. One of their bear baiting techniques is that they send 3 dudes up in a helicopter.
It's different from your bear baiting techniques on the weekend.
You're just jacking Alec off.
Right.
That's not bear baiting.
Yeah, it is, literally.
No, if I was doing it, it would be bear baiting.
No, but you're baiting the bear.
Mm-hmm.
Agree to disagree. Someone give me a whiteboard. So now, you send 3 guys up in a helicopter. You throw one guy Halo jumps out to attract the dragon. The dragon chases him, while the other 2 Halo jump after that dude, and then try and net and bring the dragon down to the earth, so that presumably McConaughey can just jam an axe in its neck. And so these 3 cats are doing it. It's real tense.
Yeah, and this is one of those movies where you don't really know these people, but just the way it's shot makes you tense, as opposed to having to know a huge backstory.
Well, and they do a good job, and this is a hard thing to do in a movie, because I guess it is, because so many movies fail at it. They're Halo jumping, they're falling from a fucking plane, they're going incredibly fast, and that is illustrated perfectly of the speed in which they are descending towards the earth.
And if I remember right, they didn't use any music in that scene.
I think
it was just the wind. It was the wind.
I think the best part of that, so spoiler alert, whatever, it doesn't really ruin anything.
The movie came out 15 years ago.
Yeah, so they think they're lassoing this fucking dragon. So the guy in front's like, yeah, you got him. And there's all this cloud coverage. So the dragon's visible, it's not visible, it's visible, it's not visible. And then the 2 guys in the back, all of a sudden the nets fly by them like, shit, the nets are loose. Bro, what's up? And then all of a sudden the dragon emerges, like, oh shit, he's right on me. And then the dragon's about to get him, the dragon pulls up. And the guy's looking back, and the shot is from like the guy's waist, and you see his face looking back, and then you see the clouds break, and you realize he is 100 feet from the ground, and the dragon pulls up. And you're like, why the splat?
But they do a good thing there, so while this is all happening, the halo jump's happening, they are watching back at the castle. Because,
McConaughey's like gourmeting it from the APC. Basically.
But McConaughey's team, and they set this up in the movie. They show you their team puts down like sensors so they can actually watch what's happening in real time. So it's not like they do the halo jump and then they cut back to the screen and we're all here going, how are they fucking watching all this?
It's not the bullshit
like Terminator Salvation.
Yeah, it's not where John Connor was staring at an oscilloscope and figuring out how a dogfight worked out.
But they do this thing in that scene when the guy, right before he's about to splat and hit the earth, they cut back to them looking at the screen of just his little blip indicator.
And then his vitals go.
And I love that. Like, that's good because I don't think this, doing a splat in real time is not ever going to look right. Or it's going to be very difficult to pull
get
off.
it. It's even better because then you get McConaughey's reaction.
Right. It's the perfect example of accentuate your positives. You know what I mean? Like, do what you can do well. And you have McConaughey who's acting the fuck out of this movie, and you show that. You know what I mean? Like, it's great. Like, it's perfect.
So, I mean, that's...
The whole concept...
This movie's got so few fleas. Like, what the fuck do you do with this thing?
Fleas?
Like bad shit. You know what I'm
it's a weird... okay, sure. Yeah, no, I agree.
It's a real lightning in a pan movie.
Yeah. Right? It is. It's a total lightning in a...
made Electra.
Could you think that this...
Right?
Could this movie be made nowadays correctly?
No.
God, no.
It'd be overproduced, right? Like, it'd be over-fucking done, right?
Well, and, Sean pointed this out, like, right away, but... Everything is on sticks. Everything is very still.
Yeah.
And guaranteed, if this movie was made nowadays, all of that stuff
It'd be just Cloverfield, basically.
Everything would be shaking around, and like even the scenes where they're looking in the monitor, that would have been all shaky when the dragon
would it be done like found footage. You think
parts of it there'd be somebody recording the
Ugh, pass. Pass. I have that new Blair Witch movie to watch that Adam Wingard directed, and I'm like dreading watching it, like, because I love Adam.
Aliens at the end of it.
What's that?
Aliens. At the
I love Adam Wingard, but like I know that there's elements of found footage in it. I'm like,
what do you like?
Yeah, I don't think
Adam Wingard.
No, I think like
Jason. I don't like the idea of found footage.
Who does? Wait, I do.
You do?
Are there any handheld shots in this movie at all?
I don't think so.
If there were, they weren't noticeable.
Not that I can remember.
How much more impactful are those scenes? Like, I know the idea of a handheld is to put you in there, but where they have it like it's just a well blocked scene, so they have the camera set up and McConaughey's running towards the camera.
Well, and
better than this, just like.
So I mean, it's again, there's so many repeating things that we say on the show, like themes, but it's because you get the characters right, like. In a well-composed scene, you understand this is the focal point of the scene. These are the characters that I care about. And, like, especially when you have that bigger scene where the dragon's attacking the entire settlement. Yeah. Like, you see the panicked people. Like, it doesn't need to be, like, all shaky and, like,
you mentioned it during the movie. You've got dirt bikes in action, a dragon, a halo jump, a helicopter, and the people on battlements. And you know exactly where everybody is because of the way the movie's edited versus Terminator Salvation where Avatar and Nightwolf or whatever that girl was are ostensibly 5 feet apart and you can't tell where either of them are.
Yeah. In one scene, there was in one scene in Terminator Salvation, there was a room that was probably, a tiny little, almost a closet that had 6 people in it, but you could never tell because they didn't pan out correctly, like it wasn't framed correctly. It's a mess. And this movie is an exercise in how to not make a fucking mess.
And it has an excuse for being gray because everything's covered in ash and the sky's all full of soot.
Eat.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But it's lit well. Like, the parts that are inside don't have that same kind of grayness to them, which is good.
And
the movie's got heart. Like, it's got, like, the bit with, like, the bit with the recreating Star Wars is enough to give you, like, a world.
Right. This is the anti-salvation where I'm not spending the whole time going, okay, what are they eating? How did this happen? What's going on? Like,
they answer all your questions, or at least,
but
like,
without talking about it.
Yeah, no, they show a farm.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. They show...
You get what's going on. They're working to actively...
Survive.
Yeah. No, it's done really well. It's a goddamn shame that, like...
Baffled.
What's the RT on this one?
Oh, look. Keep talking.
What's the RT?
I'm maybe
This is all I can talk about right now.
Tomatoes. Armada. Rotten Tomato Armada.
I need y'all to vamp.
I'm just a sweet trend. Is that too much?
Not that kind of thing.
Da-da!
You want to talk
Didi
about
McCall.
anything else about this movie?
I fucking know, except that maybe we should all shave our heads and go as McConaughey for Halloween.
Oh, I feel like we should.
I'm in.
Just
like,
post.
how cool is that? Him just riding up on that fucking tank.
He's just fucking straddling a 50 cal coming through the fucking gunwale or like the portcullis of a goddamn castle.
I got the score, and it's surprising for a different reason than usual. But
52.
I cheated. I looked
lower.
47.
Lower. Very
42.
close. Almost there. 40% on Rotten
I would have
Tomatoes.
thought it was like a 13.
This is the surprising part. Audience score
22.
49. I thought it'd be way higher.
Audience is dummies.
What the hell did people want to watch?
Did
people go into this fucking movie where they saw dragons on the poster and they weren't like, well, this dragon tank fighting movie isn't what I expected.
This movie literally delivers on the promise, which is
I thought this was
the
gonna be
concept.
My dinner with death scale.
Right, like what the fuck were they like? Isn't that a Patton Oswalt joke where he's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like the greatest movie ever because it explains exactly what you're gonna get?
Or
right?
it's like Pieces. The poster
Oh,
is
yeah.
like it is exactly what you think it is.
Yeah, like just don't. I mean,
what?
Just some of the reviews for it.
Let's hear some.
What a waste of talent. These are like audience reviews. What a waste of talent. Christian Bale, Gerard Butler, Matthew McConaughey, Alexander Siddig. I don't know who the fuck that is.
That's Bashir from Deep Space Nine.
Oh, okay. Not a single moment when acting mattered.
wow!
Oh,
Get out
of
Give me
here.
that person. Read that person's name out loud for the record.
Christian C.
Christian C is a real C.
Christian
Why
Bale.
wasn't Ben Kingsley in this schlock? It seems tailor-made for him. Think
was
Blood
this a
Rain.
pretty sexy beast, Ben Kingsley?
Think Blood Rain, but a little better.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! Blood Rain is not even in that same stratosphere as this fucking movie.
I hope your house gets burglarized.
Yeah.
Or burned by dragons.
Right.
Yeah.
Irony.
You got any more?
Let me find another bad one.
We need to make a mole hole.
Of course, there's a bunch of
account
good ones. There's good
for
movies.
Rotten Tomatoes, and we just go on and yell at
We're not
everybody.
getting verified.
Yeah. No.
This guy, what the fuck? Acting doesn't matter. The acting in this
Like-
movie is fantastic.
People are bringing all of the lumber, all of the burnt, ashed lumber.
You think it's just people can't get past the premise?
Yes.
People
Also,
dumb.
110%.
Why did they go see the movie?
Why would they come to our concert just to boo us?
Oh, here's a good one.
Okay.
A cool movie with badass heroes, dragons, and shit, but it ain't very good.
What?
Who said that?
Barack Obama.
I lost it.
God, please.
Senator B. Obama.
The Rock Obama.
We have something. It says VP Joey B loves this movie.
Oh, Joe Budden's my favorite movie.
Rain of
100%.
Fire reminds me of a video game that just keeps repeating the same old formula by killing fantasy monsters.
They killed
Same old formula.
And it is really boring.
Oh, get out of here.
What movie did these people watch?
That was Ryan W.
What
You're a
formula?
moron.
What formula have you seen this movie? Like, what? I'm sorry, what post-apocalyptic dragon fighting movie have I missed?
Yeah.
Here's I think this is a good one. Mad Max with dragons had no right to be any good, and while it's not without its issues, it's a surprisingly authentic. Well, no, I guess not. Surprisingly authentic depiction of life after the apocalypse.
Actually, that's
Based on what?
Based on your knowledge.
Are you an expert of things that have never happened?
All right.
No, people are dumb. I think we've established that.
If we got anything else we can talk about before we dole out our 5 knuckle shots?
Watch this.
Yes.
Yeah, this movie's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Don't watch Terminator, watch this.
I don't believe it's on any of the streamings.
It's not.
We rented it, right?
We rented it. I regret not buying
I'm
it now.
sure one of you poor motherfuckers can get this on RA DVD for legit a nickel.
I will check out how much it is on.
Find it on Poverty Disc.
Hold on.
I don't start at povertydisc.net.org.
I have so many Blu-rays. We could literally start a foundation where I give away my collection.
I'll take it.
I have
Blu-rays or DVDs?
Or DVDs. Because I did a count the other day.
I might have.
I
This
have
on
600 DVDs in my house.
We've got
600.
Yeah, between that Blu-rays, we're up on that.
It's absurd.
I bet I got like 20.
Absurd.
Are you counting all the multi-packs as different discs? Or
Nope,
are you counting them as
that's
one
his
movie?
one, so God only knows.
How I live without you.
And I'm all... I don't even want to think about
They put this
it.
they put this bastard on Blu-ray?
I'm looking right... Did you not hear me?
No, I don't listen.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, what?
So this is one of those, like, out-of-print Blu-rays.
Oh, no.
Fuck! Used $37.
You son of a bitch.
Maybe Shout Factory will get it.
Yep, it's out of print.
Motherfucker.
You can still buy the DVD for $6.
There you go.
But the Blu-ray is from Touchstone Entertainment, and I think they're out of business, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's $37 used, so I'm going to assume that it's one of those Blu-rays that are out of
Awful
print.
cover, BT dubs.
Yeah, the
What about
cover
HD
sucks.
DVD?
Well, what's on, does it have a laser disc? Can I buy a reel?
Do they have one of those PSP discs?
Oh, the UMDs.
That's a UMD. Thank you.
You can get
put in Rain of Fire UMD and see if they got it. I bet you they do.
Hold on, no. You can get a region-free Blu-ray on eBay for $8.20.
Well, there you go. It's region-free?
Region-free.
Well, there you go.
You can watch it on whatever you want in any region.
You can buy a UMD for PSP for 97 cents.
Boom.
There you go.
So buy me one of every format that's ever played movies, and then formats irrelevant.
All right, 5 Knuckle Shuffle time, guys. Alec.
9. 5
Boom,
Knuckle
coming in
Shuffles.
hot.
Yeah.
Coming real hot.
This movie is fucking fantastic.
Goddamn right it is. Gave me a boner.
Matthew McConaughey gave me a fucking boner for most of this thing.
Oh, I'm still turgid.
Over 6 to midnight real quick.
Real fucking
It, there's like nothing to really complain about. There are 2 tiny complaints about effects, and that's it. Like, this movie, it's an hour and 40 minutes. It felt like it was about 20 minutes long.
It doesn't really feel like a special effects movie. It feels like a war movie.
It's a war movie. Like the same way Aliens is a war movie.
Yeah.
There's not a ton to say about it. The movie's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
McConaughey is great. Bale's great. Gerard Butler, for what he's in it, is great.
Isn't it nice to see...
Scorpion Lady's great.
Isn't it nice to see Christian Bale act after watching him in Salvation
Was
last
she in
week?
Goldeneye?
I have no idea.
Was she the programmer in Goldeneye?
Probably.
Never
Great.
seen it.
I played the... Is she in the Nintendo 64 game?
Yeah,
Technically, yes.
Did she have the golden gun?
Yeah, everyone could have that.
Well, then...
I got a golden gun in my pants.
That thing's lead, and you know it.
9. Like, I don't have a lot to say about it. The movie fucking was awesome. Go watch it. Find it on Amazon.
Yeah, it's awesome. How much was it to buy off Amazon? Do you remember?
$17.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Yeah,
It's
9.
cheaper than the Blu-ray.
9 5 Knuckle Shuffles.
9.
Gosh!
9.
9, definitely.
This fucking movie. I mean, not for nothing. Like, this movie is like something I would like belt out to Liz in a fever dream in my sleep. I'm like, listen, we got axes, dragons, tanks, McConaughey, sand sleeves. It's everything you want.
That vest.
Sands. Not
is-
Sands.
Oh, I heard sand sleeves. I was
Sans
like,
serif.
I mean, like, I have the same complaints Al has.
Oh.
Dragon Vision's stupid. There's one other effect dumb. Everything else, the movie moves at a fucking clip, and it's a bunch of fucking crazy ass militia dudes flew their ass to London to murder
I know this is
dragons.
gonna be difficult, but just for like the sake of an exercise, give me a score for this movie minus McConaughey if he's not in this movie.
Who are you replacing?
Is Bale out too?
Bale's in, no McConaughey.
who's taking?
give me a
McConaughey's
caliber.
place? Jai Courtney.
Oh,
God, no.
Oh.
Oh, who's a comparable of this? Let's say Vince Vaughn.
Woody
Oh
Harrelson.
God, no.
No, Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson would probably do work.
He would do it. I think he could pull it off.
I don't know. Vince Vaughn, and it's getting a huge McConaughey bump, so it's probably down to 6-7 territory.
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
still from a concept standpoint real good, but when you frame it like that, McConaughey is really he is a big chunk of the score because he's not phoning it in. Like no one's phoning it in. Like they are 100% with the idea that this is the apocalypse. We need to survive. there are fucking dragons, and that's the situation.
The sequence after a bunch of his troops die after they kill that first dragon, where he is almost in tears.
He's glassy-eyed.
That's not
yelling at the revelers.
That's not a scene A in any other movie like this, and B that any other actor would ever give.
Which time?
The first time
when they're partying, when they're like, "Wow, you killed a dragon." He's like, "This guy's like, I killed 200 dragons. I lost 3 guys. This is fucking horseshit."
The second time too, when the helicopter pilot asks where are all the men, he's got a handful of ashes.
Yeah, like
he's
one
shaking
pass.
them out, just one pass,
and it's just
he picks up the dude that got injured, throws him over his shoulders, and just
keeps on
goes on the helicopter
keeping
and
on.
goes, "You fucking dragons!"
Like the stakes are there. Like it's a fucking war film. It's great. It's
too bad it's not a war film.
It's
they could use some Michael Dorn.
Like it takes place in San Francisco, like in the Bay.
Oh, wrong Worf.
Nice.
I was
9.
I was talking about Michael Dorn. Sean.
I'm gonna keep
Give
that
me
going
potato salad
and give it a 9. Like in the words of Tequila, I can't believe I've been missing this white knuckle thriller ride. Because this movie's fucking awesome. Like, this is again like awesome in the way that it was meant to be used. Like, it's like I'm literally in awe. Hey, meatball.
Meatball.
There you go.
Meatball's looking trim. He looks good.
How much you bench?
This is what's your totals? No, I mean, like, I can't really add much. I mean, McConaughey's like, he's
just chewing scenery.
Yeah, but McConaughey's doing so. He's like on another level in this movie. Like this is McConaughey. It's like if they would have been like, okay, we're gonna give McConaughey Best Supporting for Rain of Fire, they're like, okay, yeah, totally, I get that.
Did he have some sort of passion project of his? Do you think he had to fight for this movie?
So to give it a weird comp, I would say that Matthew McConaughey's supporting performance in a goofy movie is equivalent to Heath Ledger's supporting performance in The Dark Knight. I think it's at that caliber. I mean,
yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, so I'm going to leave it at that.
It puts butts in the seats.
It's a gorgeous movie. It gets like innumerable bump for not having any handheld, which I would have sworn to God, because this is right when we're starting to see that a lot.
Yeah.
It's 2002. That's the
and
time
a director
frame.
that's directed nothing but TV and Elektra. I mean, like, this has every ingredient to go totally wrong and doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the punchline to a joke no more.
No. No, this is going to be like a movie I actually actively advocate for.
Yeah, absolutely. All right,
Teagles.
That leaves me, and I give it a 9.
Woo! 9s across the board.
I mean, what else?
If you would have stopped me before we started this podcast 2 years ago, because guess what? One of the highest reviewed movies you're ever going to do is Reign of Fire.
Matthew McConaughey's Reign of Fire.
I don't really know what else I can add. I mean, I agree with everything you guys have said. This movie is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to echo a little bit of what Sean said, and I don't know how I've never watched this movie. Okay, let me go a little further than that. I don't know how I've...
My dad was a drinker.
Well, yeah, and a scoundrel. Do you want to know how I got these scars? By the way, side tangent, it still bothers me that Jared Leto says that he, never watched Heath Ledger's Joker performance.
Jared Leto is a liar.
And it didn't inform... Oh, yeah. Who's that?
That hurt?
Isabel Scorpion.
Isabel Scorpion.
Anyway,
Get over here.
Anyway, I don't know how. I've never seen this movie before, and furthermore, I don't know how I don't love this movie to death.
Right.
Because it is something to love.
How do you, before seeing the movie, how did you feel about my...
I mean, I just thought it was one of your stupid things. You're an idiot. No, I'm just kidding.
That's fair.
I honestly... I don't know, we don't... I guess in general we see eye to eye on movies, but sometimes you get jazzed up on shit.
That is true.
That I just don't... Like, for a little while, I'm pretty sure you liked one of the Resident Evil movies.
First one's great.
It's great.
Tune into Resident April for that.
First one's decent.
Yeah, it's like Godfather. It doesn't get bad till the third one.
I get jazzed up about stuff.
Any movie with Oded Fair.
I guess that's a better way to put it, right? Like, you get excited about things, And like I think,
especially conceptually,
and then you go back to it, and it's not as great as what you've made it out to
like
be.
The Fountain,
almost certainly.
Well, the opposite.
Well, yeah, and the opposite.
And the opposite's true too.
But anyway,
you're a very reactionary guy.
I feel like we need to review the Chronicles of Riddick because I feel like we might like that movie too if we watch it.
Well, Gogs loves that movie.
I thought you didn't.
That's the second one.
Like Pitch Black.
I've never
Chronicles
seen
is the second one.
Yeah.
Second one I've turned a corner on. Second one I'm okay with.
Did they make a third?
Yeah, it's just called Riddick.
Is that any good?
Yeah, Riddick's not bad.
Conan,
it's got Katie Sackhoff in it, right?
Yeah.
I have to always say this. She makes me whack off.
Like she compel. Hey,
she calls me on the phone and tells me to do it.
TJ, it's that time.
No.
It's like a wake-up call from a hotel.
I guess,
if you don't whack off, I'm going to kill this girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's weird. I'm on a break from the set of Longmire. I'm going to strangle this infant if you don't
Does anybody watch that show?
I don't know.
Longmire is one of those shows that like has existed for like 9 years.
Hey, have you heard of Justified but don't have that channel? Here's this crap.
Doug Ayers loves it.
Longmire.
I've been watching it. It's called Long Wire.
Your dad did the funniest thing where you were talking
Phillips.
about the year that you had, and it was like this kind of heartfelt post. You're like, don't forget your football team sucks.
Yeah, he's like, what about elite quarterback Joe Flacco?
Jesus.
Yeah, I think Gogs had the best remark to that. He's like, God, savage.
Right?
Anyway.
My dad's the best.
He is.
He really is.
He's a great dude. But anyway, I love this fucking movie. Christian Bale's fucking great in this, and I'll be honest, like, my faith in Christian Bale was shook after Terminator Salvation. Like, Terminator Salvation was such a garbage movie. It was like, I went home that night and I was like, is Christian Bale a good actor? Because I know he is. Because, like, I've loved him in multiple movies, but I'm like, is he good?
Christopher Nolan that's
right.
doing it?
Like, is he... I mean, he's good in American Psycho.
Yeah.
But, like, is he good? Is he that good, or is he just shit? I don't know. But no, he's good. He's really good. When he's not fucking grumbling through shitty dialogue, he's great. Like, he's emoting in this movie.
Like, how bad of a director is McGee, then, that he's, like...
He's terrible. You said something during the podcast last week to Salvation, which it really is a great point, and it's something that I never really thought about until you pointed it out. The fact that Terminator Salvation seems like one of those movies that was made to make action figures, but it's like, did they make action figures for this movie? Like, oh, we got a big Gundam Terminator. We got motorcycle Terminators. We got Terminators that got Terminators popping out of Terminators.
Yo, dog, I heard you like Terminators.
Right.
Put a Terminator Terminator so you can terminate while you terminate.
So I gotta wonder is there something to be said about McGee taking on... God, I fucking hate that name. McGee taking on a Terminator movie and all of the... everything that comes with that versus this guy taking on dragons versus tanks.
Pause.
That shouldn't be good from the jump.
No. Hold on.
Hang on. Terminator Salvation is technically incompetent.
Thank you. That's what I was going to say.
No, and I'm not defending. I'm not saying. I'm just saying, like,
no, but I think if you flip flop these, Terminator Salvation's a better movie with this guy directing than McGee dragging everything down in Reign of Fire.
If Terminator Salvation was directed competently, it's a better movie. I don't know if that script is going to make it like a good movie, but it's going to be a better movie.
Well, let's say, as long as we're doing like fucking vice versa with these movies,
if
you take Matthew McConaughey out of this movie and put him in as John Connor in the other movie and have that guy direct that movie's Terminator Salvation is a lot better.
I feel like McGee is the director you expect for Reign of Fire on paper.
Yes,
correct,
absolutely, absolutely.
But then you end up with this fucking genius.
But you know what, I think in a lot of ways that probably is the mindset for a lot of people, and that's why this movie didn't do very well. I think people, like Sean said, when we were talking about these guys that had bad reviews, I don't think people could get past the concept. Like, dragon fighting movie, like, I'm not watching that. Like, but it's a really good movie. Yeah. Like, really, the absurdity of the concept is lost because the characters are so well done.
Right.
It's not absurd because everyone's everyone's with it.
Nobody winks at any point in this movie.
I don't know. You brought up another movie. I can't remember what movie you brought up, but the as soon as you establish a connection with the characters, and the characters in that movie buy into that world, and help you as an audience buy
Neon
in.
Demon.
Neon Demon.
Yeah.
I think I also said Turbo Kid.
Yeah.
But it's like, it doesn't matter what else is in them. Like, as long as you're in, you're in.
Right.
But when shit's like Terminator Salvation, you have nothing to relate to, nothing to connect with.
You make, I mean, like, besides the Star Wars thing, which is cute, the minute you start cracking jokes in this movie, the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah.
Jokes that are out of
but the Star
context,
Wars thing,
jokes that are out of like
the Star Wars,
no jokes.
the Star
There's
Wars
almost
thing,
none, but what's there is like makes sense. It's sprinkled in for a little levity.
If anything, the Star Wars joke in this movie isn't really a joke. It's more of an expression of how they cope with their fucking garbage life.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's not like a Whedon-esque kind of winky, like, man, these dragons are really pissing me off today. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
feels like dragon weather.
These dragons
don't go down that route.
Are making me thirsty.
Man, this week sure feels like it's dragging.
I'll tell you what, it's almost like a joke, but it's not treated as a joke. It's the very end when, like, right before the final battle, when they're passing around, when Makani's passing around that flask that up until this point you assume is booze, and fucking Bale takes one and goes, it's fucking water. They're like, yeah, you're gonna need it. It's like,
yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
But again, that's like, it's so fast. Like, it's not like it. You know, it's something that's not lampshaded or like, you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't have. It's one line and it moves.
It's great.
The tone is nailed.
Yeah,
the tone is just hammered home. And it's perfect.
There's no time problems.
No.
There's no geography problems. There's no tone problems. This is like a hyper competent movie.
I feel like there's, and maybe if upon a second viewing, maybe I'd feel differently. I don't feel like there's any glaring plot holes. Like, there's nothing that.
What is there to where could there be a hole? Like, where could a hole develop? These guys are fucking living their lives in London or in England, trying to fucking get by. Fucking this goddamn madman shows up with a ragtag brigade of mercenaries to go kill the Papa Dragon, and that's it. And then the movie ends.
Yeah. You know, we talk about this a lot. It's like, tell a simple story well. Don't try and tell 500 different stories badly.
Right. And that's what
you get a little bit of interpersonal relationship, fine, no plot holes there.
And you know what else I'll point out that I really liked?
Christian Bale has a very simple character arc. He's like a reserved, somewhat timid survivalist that meets somebody that kind of drags him out of his shell, and, you know, he becomes kind of a balance between those two things. He doesn't go completely the other way.
Right.
Yeah. It's like at the beginning they're fire and ice, and then his job is to become like lukewarm water.
Right.
No, but I also like the fact that there's no forced romance in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, at the end, I guess, him and Scorpion Woman...
They could have cut.
But yeah, you don't really need that.
But Gerard Butchie was trying to smash initially.
She's possibly one of the only women in that area, so, like...
Yeah.
That's technically it's all up for the grabs, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a Dizzy Martinez or whatever from Starship Troopers pops up in the background.
This movie is fantastic, though. Nines all around. And it only, literally for me, only doesn't get a 10 because of that dumb dragon vision sequence that didn't need to be in the movie. But, I mean, honestly, it's just nitpicky because it's a great movie. Like, just a legitimate great movie. Like, just fantastic. Loved it. All right,
this is a movie I feel like if it came out in 1989, everybody would be like, "Oh, you remember fucking Breath of
You'd have Rain of Fire posters on your wall. It'd be like the thing. You know what I mean? Like, everybody would talk. You're right. You're totally right. It came out in a weird time.
Yeah.
Where is this now? Here's a question. I guess it's the same premise, but is this a movie 10 years from now everybody's going to talk about? Is this going to like get some sort of like?
Yeah, I feel like the glut of media now is kind of like killing a lot of this era, especially is like going to get glossed over because everybody's still talking about shit. I mean, people are just starting to kind of really get into like Carpenter, really start to kind of get into Carpenter movies. So
you think we're like 20 years out from this?
I think we might not even get to this era.
That sucks. That sucks because this is really, really good.
Well, let's see what else came out in 2002. Go ahead and.
What are we watching next week?
What are we watching?
Death Race 2058? Is that the title?
I think so. Okay, so you know why this movie probably did poorly?
Because
Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers came out the same year.
It was Alex fault.
Yeah. I did go see that instead of this.
Spider-Man Gangs in New York.
Spider-Man Gangs in New York. I'd go see that movie.
Spider Gangs in New York.
Dude, Spider-Man in
Spider Gangs in New York.
That'd be such a good movie.
But no, I guess you're gonna go see a movie where dragons are getting stabbed.
You're probably seeing the Two Towers. So run down. We got Lord of the Rings, Gangs in New York.
You know what though? The reason that this
first Spider-Man,
the whole reason that Reign of Fire is probably a movie is because of
Star Wars Episode 2.
Ooh, that's a tough year.
Yuck.
But that movie made a ton of money. Yeah. But no, what I was saying is the only reason Reign of Fire probably even exists is the success of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Equilibrium came out, God.
Yeah. What up? Deal with it.
Movie sucks. Did you say bail with it?
Deal with it. And also bail with it.
Bail with it's pretty good.
Don't bail on this movie.
What else you got?
Walk to Remember, Queen of the Damned. I'm sure more things.
Queen of the Damned. Oh god.
The Aaliyah vehicle.
Dude, we need to have like a real.
Which one of you guys hates Panic Room? Yeah.
TJ raised his hand.
That'll be TJ.
Do you not? Do you like
hate it?
It has one of my favorite lines in a movie that I hate. I'm fucking Raoul.
White Yoko's really good in that movie.
And he blows off Jared Leto's head, which is great. I mean, that's just something we
we were all about fucking Jared Leto up in that era. Like he's getting paneled.
To be fair, David Fincher was.
Did he cast Jared Leto in there just to mess him up?
Mutilate him.
I hate 30 Seconds to Mars. It takes much longer than that. Do you have any idea what the speed of light is?
Is that why he doesn't like him? It's an inaccurate title.
He's an astrophysics nerd.
That's great.
It's a real physics mark.
Can we? Your junk was only shown on camera for 10 seconds. That's a third of the way to Mars. For the last time, Connor. That's the name of the band. It doesn't actually take 30 seconds to get to Mars.
Kung Pao Enter the Fist was 2002.
Oh, yeah.
No.
That was a box office juggernaut.
I mean, Super Troopers also came out.
I think Kung Pao.
That's a movie I kicked and screamed and had to see, and then I was like, "Oh, this is actually not that bad."
I loved
exactly
it.
Super Troopers. Yeah,
that trailer was awful. It
Kung
was
Pao
all like
looked
that
terrible.
fucking cow fight Matrix joke.
Yeah,
cow fight Matrix joke.
Yeah.
Cow
fight Matrix.
Resident Evil came out 2002. I saw that in the theater.
I heard that movie's great. From some asshole that hasn't seen The Big Lebowski.
Death to Smoochie came out that year.
I do like Death to Smoochie.
Another movie that made no money in the
Stepdad's
theater.
not mean. He's just adjusting.
The Scorpion King.
LKP's for Catherine Keener. That's a
2.5.
Wow.
2.
Catherine Keener.
Push.
Wait. I'm getting
2.
Where are we at?
I'll knock her down half.
Do you know
Catherine Keener? Oh, Catherine Keener, the
40
the grandma that wants to get fucked at 1.5.
version.
Jason X 2002.
Nice.
That has one of my favorite kills in any horror movie.
It's the sleeping bag killer, right? One of my favorites.
Stephen Dorff's Deuces Wild, 2002.
Human Blood Tornado, Stephen Dorff. I do like
forgot about that.
Jason X because
it's great.
It's great.
Is it the only one that realizes what it's doing? It's
I would say
at
that
least up until that point.
Up until that point, because I think Freddy vs. Jason is aware of how fucking stupid it is.
Well, when they're expressly bringing him back through sex and stuff,
Undercover Brother, Sum of All Fears, The Bourne Identity,
the first one, the good one.
Oh,
anyway,
Wind Talkers. That movie's terrible.
No, that's what killed Reign of Fire.
Wind Talkers. Ugh.
Wait,
time out. Wind Talkers. John Woo with the Indian guys that's decoding. Yeah. Oh, that movie. Sucks.
Oh, well, here we go. The same month as Reign of Fire.
When did it come out?
July.
Oh, it was a summer movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
so
stupid.
you got. Here's what you got.
Spider-Man.
Here's what you got that same month. You got Men in Black 2 was that month.
Oh, good night.
Halloween Resurrection was that weekend. As was Road to Perdition.
Hey, time out. Didn't you read that the guy wrote Halloween Resurrection?
H2O.
Oh, that was a different one.
Austin Powers Goldmember came out.
Probably made a ton of money.
It did make a lot. The movie sucks, but it made a lot of money.
Yeah, that was all. Those were all the big ones.
Why would you release this movie in the summer?
Because are they releasing it as Oscar bait? No, this is like a January.
This is a January October movie, if anything.
Triple X came out that year.
Oh,
never saw it. Signs I saw.
I feel
that
like you
came
put
out.
this movie out in January, it does killer because there's nothing else to watch.
Right. Yeah. So there you go.
January is the shovelware of movies.
Swim Fan came out that year.
Oh, well, Swim Fan.
Undisputed.
Movie's not terrible. Have you seen Swim Fan?
No, I just make fun of it.
It's actually not.
It might be great. Barbershop.
Walter Hill directed Undisputed, and it's not as good as either of the DTV sequels.
We watched one of them. That's the second one, right?
Yeah.
That was good.
I did see The Four Feathers, and that was terrible.
What is that?
It's like some sort of like British movie about
It's
Africa.
where Mark Wahlberg and Andre 3000 play feathers that are related.
Hello.
Oh, that was Four
Red
Brothers.
Dragon came out that year. Knockaround Guys.
Hey, guess what? Red Dragons.
Yeah, Red Dragon.
Rules of Attraction.
Wasn't that Mick G?
No, that's Brett Ratner. You're the second person.
Let's do that.
G and Brett Ratner. No, somebody else did it last week. Rules of Attraction is a genuinely good movie.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
Transporter.
Never seen it.
The Ring.
Never seen it.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Jackass the movie.
That's a good movie.
Santa Claus 2.
I almost divorced Megan. I guess they're remaking the Ring movie. She's like, well, Ringu. And I was like, well, Ringu.
8 Mile. Oh,
it's been well documented on the show that I actually like the American version better than the Japanese version. Ring. It just sounds.
I kept just like giving her like the glasses up the nose motion, even though she doesn't wear glasses.
Has she seen the? They have a movie that I haven't watched it yet. But
I don't know. I never talked to her.
Oh. They have have you heard about this? Have you heard?
Have you heard this?
There's a movie in Japan where it's The Ring versus The Grudge.
Oh.
They put a movie out where the girl from The Ring fights the ghost from The Grudge. I don't know how this is going to work.
It's a real Muhammad Ali versus Anton Breaks.
Superman versus Spider-Man.
The Nick Cannon vehicle Drumline came out in 2002. Adaptation came out in 2002.
Well, that's a real fucking chart scorcher, but I don't think Drumline and Rain of Fire probably had the same...
Harry Potter came out, the first one.
God damn, that was a big year.
Die Another Day, that shitty one.
Yeah, that one's not... Is that the one with the ice?
I think so.
Ugh.
What the ice?
Oh, you haven't seen any of them, have you?
No,
John Leguizamo's Empire.
Have you seen that one? Die Another... There's a part where they have like an ice... They're literally like...
John Leguizamo's Empire like Sid Meier's Civilization?
Essentially. Catch Me If You Can.
More like the masturbator.
The Pianist.
It's not the masturbator.
I mean, that was a pretty big year for films.
Burn... What the hell do you keep calling him? Like Crunchy
Crispy.
or whatever. Crispy.
I'm
gonna eat these maggots for reals for some reason.
That fucking movie.
He really lettered it up.
I really want to drive to New Jersey just to talk to DB. I get like an interview with DB Sweeney about Spawn for the podcast.
What's up with the mini discs?
Oh, dude,
secret files copying.
That's a great thing to get him to sign. Like, go to Amazon, get one of the like a mini disc of Spawn.
What if he was like, "Where did you get it?"
So many of my movies and TV shows were about mini discs. Anybody remember that TV show DB Sweeney was on where he was like incredibly lucky? It was a Fox show.
It was called Lucky Dick.
Yeah, it was called Lucky Dick. All right. Anyway, next week we're watching whatever the new Death Race movie is called.
I mean, it could change.
Or we can watch Wheels of Fire, which is a knockoff Mad Max Italian movie, which is probably terrible. But
I know you thought Rain of Fire was going to be terrible.
I'd say there isn't any probably about it.
The cover made me laugh. So.
Excellent.
Anything else, guys?
TJ think our plant killed those ducks?
Oh, it's called It is called Death Race 2050.
Yeah.
So, anyway, see you guys.
Okay, that's it then.
We should watch the first Death Race, the original.
Great.